Hey Nash, what should we make today?
Make some of that steak bop bam bebop.
I think you mean bibimbap, but all right, let's make some bibimbap. Welcome back to Chaos Kitchen. Today we're making bibimbap. My apologies for pronouncing that wrong, but it's a Korean dish that I believe just means mixed in rice. So it's a very complex yet very simple dish. Today we're going to use some more traditional ingredients and prepare them traditional way, as far as I know. It's a dish that you may kind of feel like it's one of those dishes, well, I order it when I go to restaurants because it's not something I can make myself. Not true. You can make it yourself and you can make it delicious. And here's the beautiful thing about it. What it basically is it is a bowl with rice, vegetables, protein, a beautiful sauce, and a fried egg on top with a runny yolk. So that makes almost a second sauce. Mix it all together and it's delicious. Now you can be intentional like we're going to do today with some traditional ingredients or ingredients that you want to pick out and make your own. You can also use this dish as a way to just kind of go through your fridge and pick the protein and the veggies that you have available and put them together and still make something delicious. So take my hand. Let's go on a journey and learn how to make bibimbap. First thing we're gonna do is make our rice. So you can use a medium or short grain rice. I'm using a short grain rice today. I've already rinsed this rice, so don't be a heathen. Rinse your rice. It's simple. Put your rice, I'm using 1.5 cups of rice. Put your rice into some sort of a strainer or a colander. Run water over it and agitate the rice until the water runs clear. It will make better rice, I promise. So take the time to do it. Rinse your rice, folks. 1.5 cups of rice, right into our rice cooker. 2 cups of water. When in doubt, just follow the directions in the package. Put this lid on it. And we cook. Next up is our bibimbap sauce. Now this is essential to the dish. You could play around with all the rest, but this is the sauce you want for this dish. To a medium bowl, add 3 tablespoons rice vinegar, 2.5 tablespoons mirin or rice wine, 2 tablespoons dark soy sauce, 1 tablespoon honey, 5 tablespoons gochujang, 2 cloves or about 2 teaspoons of finely chopped or minced garlic, or if you're lazy like me, garlic paste. About 2 teaspoons of grated or finely chopped ginger, or again, if you're lazy like me, ginger paste. 2 teaspoons toasted sesame oil. And we whisk until everything is combined. Next up is our protein. We're using steak. Traditionally, if you're gonna use steak, it would be like a thinly sliced ribeye and a thinly sliced boneless short rib. I could not find any boneless short ribs, so today we're just using ribeye. We're gonna make some real thin slices here, about 1/4 of an inch, give or take. Put your steak or whatever protein you're using in a medium-sized bowl. To this bowl, we are going to add 4 cloves of garlic, finely chopped, or minced garlic, or garlic paste, which is about 4 teaspoons. 1/4 cup sweet soy sauce. 1 tablespoon dark soy sauce. 1 tablespoon rice vinegar. 2 teaspoons toasted sesame oil. 1 teaspoon of honey. And we get this all mixed up and incorporated. Once all your steak is covered, we're gonna cover this and let it marinate for at least 20 minutes, but a few hours or even overnight would be best. Now let's talk mushrooms. Look, you could use whatever mushrooms you want. You can cook them the normal way you cook mushrooms, that's fine. But since we're trying to do this kind of traditionally and taking everything a little bit to the next level, let's do the same with our mushrooms. To make a marinade for our mushrooms, in a small sauce pot, we will put 1/2 cup of white vinegar, 1/2 cup of mirin, 1/2 cup of soy sauce, 5 garlic cloves, lightly smashed but not chopped, 2 bay leaves, and you would use a shallot quartered. If you'd like, you could substitute that with an onion if you can't find it. I'm just gonna leave it out since Nash can't eat onions anyways. So I couldn't find a shallot at the grocery store, at 2 different grocery stores. So my advice to you is if you're at the grocery store and you see shallots, just buy a few because sometimes they're hard to find. We're gonna heat this up until it starts to get a little steamy, but not boiling. Now here we have some oyster mushrooms. You could use shiitakes or oysters, or baby king oysters would probably be traditional, but again, use whatever you want. if you like mushrooms, or just leave them out. So I'm just gonna kind of chop these into 1/4 inch planks. And we're gonna throw these into some oil. It's at 350 degrees. And just cook these mushrooms until they're a nice golden brown. Once our mushrooms are golden brown, we're gonna kill the heat, take these guys out, and transfer them to a container like this. Then we're gonna take that container and we're going to pour our marinade over the top of our mushrooms. Set it aside, let it cool. Use what you need for this dish, and then you can store the rest in your fridge, because honestly, these are only gonna get more delicious with passing time. So you have these beautifully marinated mushrooms to use on whatever you want after this for days. Next up is our carrot component. So we want about a tablespoon of grated ginger, or again, you can use ginger paste. About 3 cloves of grated garlic, or garlic paste, about a tablespoon. A tablespoon of fish sauce, and a tablespoon of gochugaru, or Korean chili flakes. And we just want to mix that around until it's incorporated. Then you want a pound to a pound and a half of julienne carrots. You can julienne carrots yourself. Basically, that's just cutting them into kind of matchstick thick slices. Or you can buy literally matchstick carrots. Check that out. So dump your carrots in there once they're sliced, or if you let someone else slice them, that's fine too. And we just mix that until incorporated. In a pan over medium heat, give a light drizzle of toasted sesame oil. Place a good amount of spinach. Add salt to taste, and stir that constantly until spinach is totally wilted, but still a vibrant green. When your spinach is done, kill the heat. Add 3 to 4 cloves of garlic, finely chopped. Stir that all in. Transfer to another bowl, set aside. Next up, bean sprouts. An ingredient I really only like in a few dishes. This, pad thai, and I would say pho. Anyways, so first things first, let's thinly slice 4 to 5 cloves of garlic. So we take about 2 cups of bean sprouts, put them in batches in a sieve or a strainer, and we're just gonna blanch them in this boiling water for about 30 seconds to a minute. Then you're gonna take those, as soon as they're blanched, we're gonna dip them in ice water so they stop cooking, and transfer those to a bowl with a paper towel to absorb all that moisture. Then we're gonna repeat that until you're done with all your 2 cups of bean sprouts. Now in a sauce pot, we wanna heat up some neutral oil. Then we're gonna throw in our thinly sliced garlic. First they're gonna bubble, then they're gonna start to fry. And that's exactly what we want. So then you kind of stir them around. We're gonna wait till they turn golden brown. Just about like that. And the smell is amazing. If you know, you know. And once that's done, kill the heat. Add in your blanched bean sprouts. 2 teaspoons of fish oil. And we stir that up. Get everything incorporated. And you have your crispy garlic bean sprouts ready to go. Now that we finally have all our vegetables done, it's time to cook our steak. So we're gonna cook this on a grill, but because our steak is sliced thin and small pieces, we're gonna put it on a rack that usually goes in like a sheet pan. So I have the sheet pan just to catch any juices. So that being said, let's go ahead and do this. A nice hot grill. We're gonna take this rack that we just put all the meat on and just kind of place it right there. This meat is sliced super thin. It's gonna cook super quick. So we're looking for probably 30 to 60, maybe 2 minutes max each side, depending on how thin your steak is and how hot your grill is. When your steak is done, we pull it. And now for the piece de resistance. In our pan, we're going to put a little bit of butter and a little bit of oil. Let me crack in our egg. Got a little bit of a broken yolk on the one. Don't tell him, but that's what we'll give Nash. Oh shit, I got broken yolk on two. There we go. Bad form, people. I promise I'm usually better than 50%. So you're just gonna let your egg cook. Forget these two. Let's focus on these two. Anyways, let your egg cook. Let the bottom kind of solidify. Let the white start to solidify. And then our last step, you have two choices. You can either flip it and then kill the heat, so it just gets a little bit of heat because we want that runny yolk. Or we can spoon, I'll show you the other way, to spoon some of the oil over the top so it cooks on top as well. And now we plate. So in a wide, shallow bowl, you start with a nice bed of the rice that we cooked. We're gonna try to make this pretty, so let's do some mushrooms over here. Carrots. And we got some of our garlicky spinach, some of our bean sprouts, a little bit of kimchi. We'll do a video on how to make this yourself, but you can use store-bought. I made this, but that's okay. And then we come in with a good amount of our beef. Then the piece de resistance, our fried egg. We're gonna give it a little drizzle of our bibimbap sauce. A little bit of chili crisp. Top it off with some sesame seeds. All right, now we're ready to eat or take our bite. And I know it looks so pretty right now, but now we're gonna make it very unpretty because that's what we do. So break the yolk, cut up your egg, and just kind of stir everything together. As that egg mixes in with that sauce, it makes a whole new sauce, and it's just freaking delicious. So let's make sure and get some of our, try to get a little bit of everything. Some carrots, some spinach, some meat, a little bit of kimchi. And here we go. Cheers. Oh my God. So many different flavors just combining. You know, we took the extra time to really give that attention and that love to each component of this dish, which I know makes it seem a little complex, but you don't have to do that. You can if you want. So that's why I wanted to show you this version. But like I said, you can easily use, instead of these specific veggies and this protein, you can easily use whatever you have in your fridge that needs to be cooked, or that you just have a little bit of leftovers of, and make a very similar thing. The key component, I would say, is just mixing of flavors, each little marinade, but especially that sauce at the end and that fried egg. And then the mixture of just veggies and protein, the sauce, the rice, and then the egg and that runny yolk just kind of brings it all together. It's amazing. So, hey, let's see what Nash thinks. Hey, Nash, come here. Can you sit? Good boy. Okay, go for it. All right, Nash approves. I absolutely approve. This dish is amazing. And the beauty of it is it's an amazing, delicious dish that's complex. You can cook for other people, you can cook for yourself, but you can truly tailor it, customize it to be your own and exactly what you are hungry for at that moment. Or what you have in your fridge, you can use leftovers and make something amazing out of it. So many different opportunities here with this dish. And I just really wanted to show you guys, there's a few dishes like this, pad thai, quite a few other things. I think we already hit the sushi that you think you maybe wouldn't make at home. Like, that's a dish I only eat when I go out. But you can do this. You can make this. So go make it. So if you wouldn't mind, take just a second. If you could like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, it'll help out the channel. And that way you get notified every time we drop a new episode. If there's anything you want me to make, want me and Nash to taste, drop that in the comments. Let me know. We will probably more than likely make it. That being said, thank you so much for those of you who have. Thank you so much for watching. And hey, cook more, eat better, embrace the chaos. That's it for now. Thanks. Peace.